New York City was the site of it all, and we've got to talk about it. Of course, event in New York City to help raise funds for Beat the Streets New York. It was a big Beat the Streets gala, and it took place on the 21st. One of the competitors in this was Alex Dieringer. He joins us now from Oklahoma State. Alex, how are you?
I'm great. I'm great.
Now, you went to New York City, but let's get to the point of how you got to New York City. How did the match with Joey Davis even come about?
Actually, I didn't. I found out after Joey Davis did. He did something on Facebook saying he was wrestling me, and I didn't even know. So I messaged him on Twitter, and then he said the same thing. He just found out too, and the coach told me the next day at practice that they asked me if I wanted to wrestle him, and I said yeah. I couldn't back it down. It was in New York City. It's for a great cause. So
Beat the Streets, that event takes place amongst the man-made canyons. So the wind, the rain, and the weather can play an interesting part in the wrestling event. You had to experience pretty much all of that. What was the temperature like?
it was 57 and a little breezy. It started drizzling a little bit and it stopped, but in the first 30 seconds, it was hard to get your feet moving. You had to stay warm before your match, jump around, keep that sweat going, get a little glisten on your skin before you get out there. And I mean, after about 30 seconds, my body was warmed up and it wasn't that bad.
Talk to us about wrestling Joey Davis. At that point, he had gone on undefeated as the Division II wrestler. But a lot of folks say, there's not a big difference between D1, D2, but in this case, you made it look like there was a big difference.
I mean, yeah, he's a great wrestler. Take nothing away from him, but I usually actually have troubles with guys like that because they stay away, and I like to tie up. I like to get close, and he kept backing up and faking in and out. So it was kind of hard for me to adjust to him. First period was kind of slow, and then finally, they put me on the shot clock, and I had to start going. So I ended up scoring.
So they put you on a shot clock. It almost seems like you're being penalized, if you will, or being forced to score when it was he that was kind of slipping aside.
Hmm. Yeah, I could have easily attacked a little more, make it look better, but since I got the first passivity point, I think it's almost automatic that they're gonna give me the shot clock next, because just to make the match more interesting.
It,
I think that's what they did because I definitely was attacking more than him.
well, there were a lot of folks tuning in and watching specifically for this match. Um, at the end of the event, do you feel it was the best thing for you to do? Did you have fun doing it?
Yeah, I had a blast. I mean, go out there with a 9-0 win, Times Square, in front of all those people. I mean, it was a great experience, and I'll never forget it.
Let's talk a little bit about summertime in Stillwater, Oklahoma. You've got a brand new puppy. I understand Cash is, how old is Cash?
He's 8 weeks old.
And he's a pit boxer.
Yeah, half pit, half boxer.
And so how did you come up with the name Cash?
Actually, because he's a boxer, so I named after Cassius Clay.
Okay, works for me. I
Well,
like it. We're talking with Alex Dieringer, NCAA champ, Oklahoma State. Let's talk a little bit about, as I mentioned, the summer in Stillwater. Prepping for the fall, making sure you're sharp throughout the year. What are you doing, and how are you spending your time this summer in preparation for the fall?
this summer I'm pretty busy. I got a lot of camps, a lot of clinics I'm gonna do, and I also got to take 6 hours school, and I also am gonna be wrestling. Wrestling. I mean, not every day. Just keep me fresh and everything. And that's about it. That's about all I'm doing. But it's gonna take up a lot of time. So
When does school start back up for you?
August 20th, I believe.
August 20th, but the summer classes, when does that start, or has it already
Um,
started?
there's a June. Yeah, one already started, but there's a June 8th one, and then a July 8th or July 6th or something like that.
Okay, and what are your
Uh,
classes in the summer?
I'm not sure yet. I'm waiting. My like advisors in overseas right now, or somewhere across
Not
the world. I don't know, but
somewhere not here.
yeah, somewhere not here. And I tried calling him, but his phone's off, so I gotta start waiting for him to get back in the States, and then we'll figure it out. I got a little time.
All right, so there's plenty of work to do, physical work. There's some mental work you got to do, academically speaking, and the coaches obviously aren't going anywhere either. You had Coach Guerrero in New York with you. Who do you work with primarily on staff, or do you work with everybody on staff?
I get a feel from everybody. Coach Guerrero actually recruited me, so we have a really close bond, and I really like him a lot. He's a good person, and I really enjoy being around him. And then Coach Smith, obviously he's one of the best coaches there is, along with all the guys on our coaching staff. There's a lot of great coaches on there, and I like getting insight from all of them.
Truly an amazing staff, isn't it? If you think about all that they've accomplished, but all that they do now is focus on you guys. So trying to extend that knowledge has got to be humbling to say the least. But what they've done is they've turned you into a national champion.
Yeah, it's about surrounding yourself with greatness. In order to be great, you got to be around people that are great. You got to be able to see that. You got to be able to see what they do to mimic it and stuff like that. So then that's why one reason why I picked Oklahoma State.
All right, so you have, is it 1 year left? Is that it?
One more year.
1 more year. And then after that, and I hate to put the cart before the horse, but it's going to be a good season this year. As always, I think a lot of folks are waiting with bated breath for the season to start. But after that, what are your plans internationally?
I definitely start my international career next year. I'm gonna go all out until I can't go no more. Hopefully, get a Olympic title and a world title in there.
What do you plan as far as weight? What weight will you compete at internationally?
163, 74 kilos.
74 kilos. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
stacked weight, but I'm excited to wrestle those guys.
Man, that is a packed and stacked weight. Any
Hmm.
particular wrestler you watch, or is there several wrestlers you watch at that weight right now?
I mean, yeah, all the top guys. I gotta figure them out. I mean, my game plan's always gonna be the same. Get a hold of them. So, I mean, Burroughs, Dake, Taylor, Howe. Those are my four guys that I feel like and obviously Caldwell too. I wrestled him. He's tough as nails. So it's gonna be a tough way through, but I know what I'm capable of, and I know I can do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, because you know what? Here's the other side of the coin. They got to wrestle you too.
Yeah, exactly.
And the last time I checked, you've got a whole bag of tricks. You know what I'm saying? You're
Yeah.
a tough cat, dude.
Yep. My main thing is me. I just don't like getting scored on, and if they can't score me. They can't get on top and gut me, and add all those points up. So just gotta stay in good position and not put myself in those bad positions where they can score. David Taylor hitting those cradles and stuff like that. I gotta stay away from those. Can't let him hit that corner.
When he hits that corner and drops down, and man, before you know it,
Yeah,
like that, it's
you
like
gotta.
Cradle City.
Yeah, that's the only thing when I hit my high crotch. Is the only thing I have to worry about is keep my hips in, head up. So he can't really do that. Even if he does get the corner, you gotta let go and bail out or do whatever I have to do to stay out of those positions.
There's sometimes, and we have a lot of footage of him hitting cradles, but there's sometimes we'll look at this, and you know that there's a cradle being applied, but you have to go back and you go slow mo, and you still really can't see it happen. It's that.
Yeah, yeah. Once he gets that elbow deep in there, it's hard to get it out because he's so long. But
Yeah,
I don't think he can cradle me, but we'll see.
we'll see, right?
Yep.
And we'll use that as perhaps the quote for this. I don't think he can cradle me. I'm Alex Dieringer. Alex, talk to us about support from your family. They've obviously encouraged you in your pursuits. Uh, Talk to us about your family.
I was blessed with a great support system. Ever since I was in third grade, I would go to 2 weekend tournaments a weekend, Saturday, Sunday. And if I went to a national tournament, I would just go to one. But I would travel across the country. I'd, I don't know how many times a year, but we went to a lot of national tournaments every year. Got the best competition, and that's what you need to do. My parents knew exactly what I needed to do to be the best. Wrestle with the best in practice partners, training partners, and then go to the toughest tournaments. And that's the way you got to get good. And that's how they did it.
You've always let your actions speak for you. You've never been a trash talker, at least that I've been able to pick up on. You seem to be a real likable guy. I enjoy talking to you, being around you. There's a fella I was on the phone with this morning, Mike. He had some very nice things to say about you in just the short time he spent with you at the All Star Classic this year. Where does that come from? The nice guy side.
I'd say is I think about it like this way. How do you want to be remembered at? What do you want to be remembered as? I don't want to be remembered as the cocky, arrogant kid. I want to be remembered as a nice kid that, loved everybody. And I think that's how I go about life.
Well, I think it's very apparent. I think you're winning the battle. I do.
I'm trying.
So, any ladies in your life right now? I mean, let's get personal. Are there any ladies in your life right now?
Yeah, I actually have a girlfriend named Ella Ray Sosenko. She's from Michigan. She's at home right now. I miss her, but she'll be back for. She's a cheerleader here at Oklahoma State, and she'll be back for training on the 11th of June. So I got to see her soon.
And
Excited.
she's in Michigan?
Yeah, she's from Brighton, Michigan, which is about 40 minutes away from Detroit.
Wow, how did she end up at Oklahoma State?
Cheerleading here is one of the best programs, so that's the main reason.
So you are a Cowboy fan through and through, from the cheerleaders to wrestling to football, basketball, all of that.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, you know what they say, go Cowboys, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, buddy. Well, look, we appreciate you taking the time. Congratulations on your big victory over Joey Davis at the Beat the Streets event in New York City. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Best to your family, best to the coaching staff there at OSU as well. And again, thanks.